Hey, not a good look, Governor Cuomo. Not a good look. If you were trying to stay out of the dumb political asshole headlines, then you should have shut your mouth. You should have let this week go. I know, I'm not the guy to tell you this. Believe me. If the governor listen, Andrew, have your people go through my stuff. It's not good. Okay? If you want to tell me I'm not the guy to tell you this, you're right. So why make me the guy to tell you? Shut your fucking mouth over the next week or so. Why do you come out and you shot your mouth off? You said today, Trump better have an army to protect him, essentially. Right, that's the assumption. If he's going to come to, if Trump says he's coming to New York, and you, Andrew, you're the governor of New York, your father was the governor of New York before you. Your brother, bless his heart, does journalism. No. Does journalism at CNN. Andrew, you have a responsibility to just say, hey, the president wants to come to New York. He can come to New York. He's the president of the United States. You have the responsibility not to say this. The president better have an army. If he's going to come to New York, he better have an army. The president better come prepared with all kinds of something. Fuck you. He says on Wednesday, all but threatened the president, the governor did, as far as the safety is concerned, as he returns to New York in a rant responding to an exclusive story by the Post. Okay, thank you, New York Post. Meanwhile, do they ever tell you about what he's doing when it is, what I'm trying to ask is, does the Post ever tell you what Cuomo is doing when it's anti-Trump but not about Trump? If it's just, hey, Cuomo gave a big tax cut to a bunch of his friends, does the Post report that? No. The Post just reports when Cuomo was negative to Trump. But anyways, here we go. Cuomo called an emergency press briefing within a half hour of Wednesday night's tear into Trump for the order, which cites New York's rising murder rate and defunding of the NYPD. That's the big thing. So Donald Trump, in my other video, said he's going to defund NYS, that's New York City, and New York State, if they both don't get their shit together. He says, quote, he better have an army if he thinks he's going to walk down the street in New York. Well, tell you what, he being the president, let's show him some respect. The president has moved to Palm Beach, Florida, you idiot. And beyond that, the president also lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in D.C. He doesn't live in New York anymore because of idiots like yourself. So here he goes. He says, he better have an army if he thinks he's going to walk down the street in New York. He's not. He doesn't want to. He's not planning to. New Yorkers don't want anything to do with them, the Democrats said. All but threatening the commander-in-chief. Good work. Interesting. He says, but Cuomo, who, like Trump, hails from Queens, wasn't done. He goes on. He says, quote, he can't have anything, and he can't have enough bodyguards to walk through New York City. He doesn't want anything to do with the people around him. This is a person who says he's on substance, Cuomo. So I don't know what substance Cuomo's on, but he's on something. You can see this here. And just bear in mind, you know Donald Trump, you know his past, you know his history with New York City. Do you think that Donald Trump would be the guy that says, hey, so long as I'm president, we're going to allow New York to devolve into a chaotic mess. I'm just going to move out into Florida, and I'm going to let the chaos sprinkle. No, of course not. And if you thought that, you were wrong, by the way. Donald Trump is not about to let New York City fall to chaos and plunder and bullshit. He's not. I know you think it has already happened because we've gotten so many different news stories of people in New York being looted and raided and rioted and burned and murdered. But I tell you, New York City is bigger than that. New York City is stronger than this. New York State is bigger than Cuomo for however many years. So if Governor Cuomo says Trump better have an army, Trump, one, has an army, right? He has an army. But two, it just goes to show you the proof of what we've been saying. Okay? I know it's hard to take, but you need to understand this is what we've been saying for a long time. Okay? This is the breakdown. This is the big truth. We've been telling you that Democrats have been funded by the wrong people, chasing the wrong ideals, pushing the wrong agenda. Now you have the president telling you, I just want law and order. I want the American people to live in peace, with freedom, with harmony, with respect for one another, for one another, with peace and dignity. And all you can do is say, what we can do is just tell Trump he better have an army to make that happen. That's what Cuomo was saying. I know I'm stumbling now, but to tell you that the governor of New York is, I don't know what to call him, a Chinese communist. He's not Chinese. I can't prove he's a communist. Is he being funded by both of those groups? Yes, sure. Yeah, for real. But I can't prove it. I can tell you for sure that most people that are running the Democratic states and cities are being funded by China and funded by communists, but I can't prove that they're communists or Chinese. So I just have to tell you in a weird rant that trails off, it seems, that I don't trust this. I don't buy it for a bit. I hope you don't either. I hope you'll leave a comment. I hope you'll like the video, share this, subscribe to the channel, and keep America afloat.